Hello, welcome to 31 Days of Halloween. I am so excited. I have been so pumped for October. Today is day one and we are doing a Beetlejuice glam. I love the Beetlejuice movie and I am so excited to bring this character to life. I will be using a lot of makeup products today, but the number one makeup product I highly suggest for all of your Halloween needs is the Athena makeup palette. This is an oil-based paint, I believe, and it's a painting palette. I got the kit that comes with all the little brushes and everything. So I'm very excited to try it out and we are gonna go right into the tutorial. First, to help you out with the eyeliner, I love to go in with some tape. Really any tape will do. And we're gonna want the eyeliner to be a little bit higher than typical. We're going for that glam look. So you're just gonna place it here so that way we have a guideline to do our eyeliner. I am taking the Maybelline Lasting Drama Gel Liner. It looks like this. You'll want something that's a little bit movable and more like a paint because you want it to look very dramatic. So I'm gonna take my angled brush and I'm gonna go along the tracing that we made with the tape. And we're gonna try to make a thicker eyeliner to get that glam look. You see we have that nice thick liner and it goes really thin towards the middle there. I'm gonna go ahead and do the other eye and come back. Take some concealer and go over that top part of the eyeliner just to make sure that we make it as clean and sharp as possible. Now take some glue and we're going to glue down our eyebrows so we can finish off the eye look. But we are going to raise our brows a bit and cover them up to make them thinner. So we want them down as sleek as possible. And don't forget to dry them. You do not want to apply makeup over the wet glue. Okay, now remove these tapes. We'll reveal that beautiful liner. We're gonna do a cut crease to do the designs for the stripes, but I want you to take an angled brush with just like a brown eyeshadow, a light brown one. We're gonna go back over it with the liner. But this way you can have more freedom to kind of create and freehand the line. So we're gonna create a cut crease above the eyeliner that we already have here. Straight right there. This eventually go a bit into our natural brow because we're gonna actually move our eyebrows. We're gonna fake draw them above, so that's okay. But the plan is to put the stripes inside of the cut crease. You have the general shape of where you like that really rough draft with the brown. Go in with a darker eyeshadow, a black preferably. We'll still probably go over this with a gel liner, but this way again, you have the freedom to move things around if you need to. Okay, your rough draft should look something like this. Now let's create those stripes. Again, I'm just going in with the light brown just to do a rough outline. Make sure your eyes are relaxed and try to do it as straight as possible. Keep in mind when doing these, you want enough space to have 3 black stripes. So the very inner corner is going to be white. We want enough for 3 black stripes. And from here, we want to take out the black inner corner. That was to guide us, but we will be replacing that with white. So just know the little shadow that you leave there, white will be going underneath that for the cut crease. Let's go back in just with some eyeshadow again. We're gonna take the black this time and we're gonna fill that in to see how we like that part in there. Super cool. Now let's take some white eyeshadow. And again, this is all just for a rough draft, but we're gonna fill in these pieces to make sure we know where the boundaries are. Now let's take one of the thinner brushes and go in with the Athena palette with the black. You can use eyeliner as well. And we're gonna go back over the outline to make it nice and crisp over all the black pieces. Now we're gonna go in with our white paint. Remember to stay underneath that shadow for the cut crease for the white here. And try not to blend any of the white with the black. We can touch up any edges with the black later. And don't forget to set this with some eyeshadow. So take some or translucent powder over the white, but definitely at least black eyeshadow over the black parts. Now let's go over the eyebrows with some white paint. Our goal is to get them completely covered. Very cool. Now you're going to take the spatula again with the white, and we're just gonna take this all over our face and blend as a white base. Now take a damp beauty blender and blend that out. We want it to be kind of like foundation, so it's not going to be completely white, but you just want it to be a little bit whiter of a base than a typical foundation. And don't forget to blend into the neck. Now that we're done blending that out, we're going to draw on our brows. We're going to take that same black color from the Athena palette and just draw up above slightly on the top half of your natural brow. So we're gonna create a really thin brow here. Now I'm gonna take some of my normal concealer and just place this in some areas where I wanna mix to give it more of a skin-like appearance. Now let's place some powder. Ideally you would have some translucent powder or some pressed powder. Right now I just have some of this that I feel like I want it to be a little bit more skin-like, but either powder is fine. Now we're gonna take a purple eyeshadow, preferably a dark one, and we're gonna start just by outlining right underneath the eyeliner, and we're gonna try to get right in between as well. Okay, now once you've done the corners with the purple, take more of a magenta, pinkish, but more purple still, and you're gonna go on the resulting parts under here in this corner and connect it to the purple, as well as up here. And this will be like your eyeshadow, because that's where your eyebrow is, but we'll put the magenta here. Now that that's blended out, just take a pearly white eyeshadow and lightly go underneath the brow that you created just to add some dimension and highlight that brow. Let's take some white eyeshadow and we're gonna go underneath and we're gonna create a layer, and you'll just keep going over it to make it as vibrant as possible. And we're gonna create another extension of our eyelid under here. Now take a powdered blush. We're gonna make this a little bit more like your normal routine. Just apply blush as normal. Take your bronzer and place it right here underneath the blush. Don't add too much warmth, just wanna add a little bit to right underneath the cheekbones. Okay, now let's go in and start on the lips. I'm gonna take some of that black color again from the Athena palette, and I'm gonna outline the lips. We wanna keep it like overlined here, but then a little bit more out here, kind of in like that clown shape. And right here is where you're gonna go off a little bit and shade in just in the corners. Now go back under and just keep everything the same here and follow your lip line. Okay, now take a really dark purple or maroon color and just paint that over as your lipstick and smooth that out and connect it with the black lip liner that you did. Now we're gonna add on some beautiful eyelashes. Let's get started on adding these. Those look beautiful. Now grab a neon green eyeshadow. We're gonna place this on our waterline right in here. Okay, should look like this. Now grab some lash clusters and we're gonna place these on the bottom lashes. Place the really long one on the outer corner and just keep placing them with a gap in between. And here are the lash clusters underneath. Again, make sure you don't put them on the waterline because that will not be good, but just right where the lashes start and they will stick just fine. Now take a pearl white highlighter and we're just gonna put highlighter as usual, but just make it a little bit more vibrant and visible. Put some on top of the nose as well. Now let's add some of the green, I don't know what you call them, spores. We're gonna add them throughout on our face. I'm gonna take more of a medium shade of green and I'm just gonna start kind of laying it out here in circles. And then I'm gonna build on the outside of that and shade it in with that same neon green color that we used earlier. And I'm gonna place it around the dark green. And then just keep adding those throughout wherever you feel necessary. I'm gonna start adding some on my nose here, a bit on the chin area. I think it might be cool to add some down here and make it bleed into the neck. They're actually coming out super cool. And like the more dimension of the greens you use, the more realistic I feel like it looks. So if you want to use some, if you have a lot of shades of green, this is going to be good. Because you can start out with a super dark right in the middle, then go out with some lighter green, and then hit it with the neon green on the very edges. Okay, here's how it's coming out so far. Now it's time to do the hair. I've seen a lot of cool options. I was considering a wig, but I feel like for this one, it looks cool if it's a little bit more unhinged and like greasy. So I have this hair wax. This is kind of more like too green. We want it a little bit lighter. See how it's like kind of like Joker vibes. So we don't want to look like the Joker. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mix this on my palette with some of the neon paint that I have, and we're gonna see how that turns out. Let's first put it in, and then we'll try to add lightener to it after the fact. Okay, so as I thought, it looks a little bit too much like the Joker. Very cool, but let's go ahead and add some lightener to it. So I'm gonna get this on a palette. I'm gonna add some neon green and some white, and I'm gonna mix it into my hair. Okay, much better. So now we have the hair and everything else is done. I feel like it looks so cool. My favorite part, honestly, is the fact that it looks like still pretty. It's like a feminine aspect because Beetlejuice is known to be kind of creepy and gross, to be honest. But you still get like the Halloween effect. It's not too like perfect and like elegant. It has the cool aspect to it. So I really love how it came out. I'm so excited to hear about how everyone else's turns out, and I hope you have a very happy Halloween.